What version of FIFA are you playing? This is gonna be the most competitive weekend we've had maybe up to this point. I don't drive buses. I'm not part of that crew. Or the belief that you can get some pack love. What's happening, my beautiful people? My name is Mike LaBelle. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Also, Team of the Year has officially arrived, but we're not talking about that in this video. I want to focus on the patch. We've had a couple days. You've been grinding rivals, friendlies, weekend league on display. First impressions, now you tested it out a little bit, got those inner workings. I need you to comment down below. Do you enjoy the patch? Do you dislike the patch? What's good? What's bad? Let me know. Be unfiltered. Give us that discussion. This is your hometown comment section. I'm gonna give you my 10 takeaways because this patch dramatically shifts FIFA. And of course, Team of the Year content is there. You want it live? Twitch.tv/Mike LaBelle. Did I mention liking the video? Good. Here's the 10 takeaways. Quick fire. Fuego. Comment if you want to be featured in future videos. Just like this one. That's a present video or a current video. It's ongoing video. Game speed. The game is slower. You can't tell me different. I see Twitter. I see social media in general. And some of you are saying, well, with the elimination of certain skills, the game speed hasn't shifted. It's the same as it always was. What version of FIFA are you playing? This is clearly a slower game. No doubt. I'm playing the draft, friendlies, weekend league, squad battles, everything. It's slower across the board. Universally not as fast. That is a fact. I'm being objective. This is not subjective. Touches and release time. Not as reliable, not as crisp, not as clean cut, and I'm terrified for a bunch of bad connection. Or when you're getting into a matchup and it's getting intense, it's very sweaty. You need those intricacies because there's always that challenge. Simulation, balance, skill gaps, competitive players, intermediate players, casual players. But the touches and the release time, I'm iffy. It didn't feel as touch and go. Defensive line. Some of you want to talk about parking the bus. I don't drive buses. I'm not part of that crew. No drop back. Also, no overload ball side. But what I did notice was a defensive line inconsistency, which is weird and it's difficult to predict. At times, my back line, as they combine, parallel, work as a unit with the midfield, they're very aggressive. And then in other instances or sequences, for no reason, I end up having 4 players within the 6-yard box. I don't want that. In no way, shape, or form is that something that I'm going to salute, and I don't have anything tactically that suggests that they should be deeper. This concerns me. I can't be a hypocrite. I can't have players sitting that deep, but it's almost as if with this patch, your defensive back line has a mind of its own. This is gonna be the most competitive weekend we've had maybe up to this point. Team of the Year, those types of rewards, opportunities, or the belief that you can get some pack luck. On a side note that's unrelated yet still related, if you've been opening packs today, by the time this video drops or that you're watching this video, what did you receive? What is your top player? Your best guy? Give me the summary. And if you want me to open your packs, I'm happy to do it. All day, every day. Content on content on content. Daily. Possession players. Oh, they're back into action. They're going to have a come up. Expect more of these types of guys. With the reduction of the value of team press and the difficulty to micromanage and move players and that inconsistency with the back lines in terms of when they're stepping forward, when they're sitting back, aggressive and passive, it's easier to hold the ball. I've played multiple games where I never felt the pressure. The last 20 minutes, I'm just seeing the game out. And I wouldn't consider myself someone who gravitates towards playing possession. I have a very balanced, systematic approach offensively and defensively, where of course you get some of that skill move session, the unorthodox, to go with a methodical build up to a certain extent. Anticipation and auto adjustment. This year, big complaint, pre-patch, post-patch, in-between patch, is how the defense or the offense auto adjust in this year's installment. For example, you step into a passing lane, your opponent makes that pass directly where your defensive player is standing. However, the game automates that pass and puts it into space left or puts it into space right, neither in which your opposition did on his own. That's frustrating. This still feels relatively similar to yours truly, just with the slower game. I wanted to talk about it. Simple skill overhaul. This is mostly designed around the step overs and also the body feints. The speed is down. Execution down. That extra oomph, that jolt, that transition speed, I call it the blow by, especially while you were shielding with the step over in particular. That's not going to look similar to to what we had seen all year long after this patch. So if you relied on the step over, you're gonna have to learn some new combinations. Increase the size of your locker, your go-tos. Speaking of, more bridges will be used or walked across or rode or talked about. The bridge dribble is going to be something that is absolutely abused to the point that EA is going to say, this is broken. We don't want to deal with the broken bridge. We need another patch. So I'm calling it right here, right now. You can save this portion of the video, screen cap it, edit it up, take your 5 seconds. The next patch is going to directly address bridge dribbles, because with the reduction or elimination of body feints and step overs, mainly step overs, we're going to see more players utilize, maximize, and welcome the bridge in so many different scenarios and situations where beforehand they were using the step over, but now they need a new skill. And the bridge is universal, pretty simple to use. We have a tutorial on the channel, a little double tap. I'm also going to make a secondary tutorial talking about the manual bridge, the nutmeg bridge, which is L1, R1, and then the right analog stick. The wake up bridge is often what I like to call it. There is no charging system. This is not Sonic the Hedgehog, the power hub, or some sort of hub. Kante will run the midfield. You're going to notice a lot of players that now grab their 2 center mids or holding mids and they're not switching. That has been a trend, a theme. I don't like it, but I have had decent success in divisions, so it must be something that you can break or beat. We'll see. A weekend league always tells you exactly what's happening and where you stand, at least from my experience. New animations, mainly addressing the defense. I've noticed more auto lunges or diving in, and some of this is good and some of this is bad. I've just taken observation that it's there. Even the likes of Varane has an overstep or a misstep. I've been there firsthand with the stepping inside, the cutting this way to cutting that way, and I've just noticed different types of built-in animations we did not have at an earlier stage. It's a fair statement. Last but not least, and this is going to be the debatable, this game post-patch feels more like a simulation as opposed to the previous iteration of the title, or pre-patch, or pre-this patch. Now the question, is this positive? Is this negative? Is it a little bit of both? Do you fall indifferent? Because there's so many football enthusiasts that want less skills. They don't want that overpowered nature. They don't necessarily want a game that is back and forth, goals on goals on goals. And it has shifted more to a simulation, a strategical breakdown. There's more possession play, less YOLO vision. Still gonna have some of those deep through balls, but it's a video game. I don't want to play a bunch of 1-0 games. That's my skepticism. I'm not trying to be cynical, and I'm almost positive we're gonna have mixed opinions when you're talking about simulation, because it comes down to the B word. Is it balanced? Maybe the F word as well. Is it fun? Are you enjoying yourself? Because we've had titles that might have had more of a simulation. It was realistic, but we were playing low scoring, defensive possession, battles, disputes, arguments, confrontations. It got old relatively quickly, and we are critical. Thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to drop some love. It's free to turn on notifications, hit the bell. I mean the LaBelle. And I have a lot more content coming out ASAP. Drop those comments. Let's have the debate. Let's go back and forth. I know the patch has been controversial, and I wish you the best of luck to pack Team of the Year foot item or items.